All right, hey guys, what is up? I have an interesting match here for you guys today. This is a GOAT format match between my friend Alex on the left and my friend Arvin on the right. The interesting thing about this match is that Alex is actually playing my Reasoning Gate Turbo deck. So this is super interesting. I think it's always really insightful to watch somebody else play the same deck as you, or even your deck, just to learn about how they would approach playing your deck. And in particular with Alex, him and I have very different play styles, and I find his way of playing and thinking to be a little bit non-linear to me sometimes. So I always learn a lot when I watch him play, just in general. And then when I watch him play my deck, I always learn about maybe different cool plays that I had never thought about before, or just different ways to approach playing these same cards. So yeah, let's get into it. Arvin on the right, starting off pretty strong, double spy, attack position. Generally against Reasoning Gate, you want to be as aggro as soon as possible to get them under 2,000 so they can't Dimension Fusion. And then I think it's always right in this situation, at least, to put the spies in attack mode, because if you run into Mirror Force, then you still traded 1-for-1 and you got rid of your opponent's Mirror Force, which is a pretty big deal. And a lot of Reasoning Gate decks don't necessarily even play Mirror Force too, so there's no reason not to do this. And he ends up taking 2 tokens. So yeah. In general, Alex has a lot more of a patient and grindier playstyle. I have a little bit of a grindy playstyle, but I like to make incremental pushes. I find that he often holds cards way longer than I would, and maybe even uses cards in situations where I wouldn't. So like I said, it's just really interesting to get a fresh perspective on your deck. And yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. He takes the face down. I forget what's in his hand. I kind of feel like he may have had a Heavy Storm. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking about a different match. But what he does is he just takes the face down. The opponent, Arvin on the right, cannot switch the positions of the spies, so they're still in attack. And he summons Crane, main phase 2, summoning it in attack mode. Obviously, he doesn't want to put face down to make Arvin's Noblemen's live, but summoning it face up is kind of telegraphing that maybe he has like a chaos monster that he's trying to make live. But the cool thing here is that since Thousand Eyes has 0 attack, he can crash into one of the spies, remove the equipped or destroy the equipped monster, and then take another one of Arvin's cards. So that's exactly what he does. He crashes into spy, takes 1,200 damage. The equipped monster was a Sangan, so Arvin gets to search the Tsukiyomi, which is pretty good, and he takes another face down. I forget what that was, but we'll see soon. I think it's maybe a Dekoichi. But at this point, Alex is just biding his time, waiting for Arvin to respond to Thousand Eyes, and Arvin actually does respond to the Thousand Eyes right here. Maybe Arvin got a little bit impatient. Typically, so one thing here is that we're all kind of rusty at GOAT format. We all kind of haven't played it that much in recent history, and it's been a while, so we're kind of warming up here. Typically, Arvin, I think he's a very good Chaos Turbo player. He usually waits till he has game almost guaranteed and makes a big push. He generally doesn't make incremental pushes and just leave Chaos Sorcerers or BLSs on the field unless he has game. But in this position, he does make an incremental push. So he Tsukiyomi's the Crane, banishes the Thousand Eyes, and tries to get in there for some damage. But then Alex has the Set Call of the Haunted, which is going to block the Tsukiyomi and the spies from attacking and net him a +1. So that was a pretty nice play. And then Arvin ended up leaving the Sork on the field in attack mode. I'm sure he must have at least one Solemn Judgment in the background, otherwise I don't think he would be comfortable just leaving the Sork on the field like that. So he does have the Solemn. He Solemns a Monster Gate. So Alex does go minus for that since it took 2 cards to do that. He does have the Trunade to be able to bounce the Call of the Haunted back, and I think he was Okay, so this is not a great play, but it's kind of like making the best of the situation. So he takes the sword with Brain Con and just banishes itself. And he had Truninated that just to ensure that he'd be able to do that, and also so he could reset the Call of the Haunted, and it wouldn't get like Raigeki Breaked or MST in the end phase, for example. And here's where Arven on the right shows that you know, he's a little bit rusty right here. So he goes for the Tsukiyomi, gets a third spy. This is a lot of damage, but I think he just forgot that Alex bounced the Call of the Haunted back to his hand, because he's gonna try to attack directly, and then Alex is just gonna rinse and repeat, Reborn the Crane, draw another one, and like block this whatever 4,700 damage on the board right there. So turns 1 to defense mode. I'm not really sure why he did that, playing around just in case there's Mirror Force in the main. You don't want to lose your entire board. I get it. And no need to go in for all of them if it's not going to be lethal anyway. I can't really see the life right now, but it would have been 24. Oh, actually, I think that would have been lethal if all 4 connected. So yeah, I don't know if switching to defense makes sense if he's going to be attacking here anyway. But anyway, the Crane blocks all the attacks, so it is what it is. Let's see here. Oh man, okay, Arven has too many cards in his hand, I guess. He ended up pitching in the end phase, so I see too many cards with the Tsukiyomi bouncing back to the hand, I guess. So Alex flips the Jar of Greed. What is he gonna do here? I don't remember if he wins this game 1 or not. I just remember this match was pretty spicy. Let's see. I wonder if Alex has a Monster Gate in his hand. Oh, he has meta. Okay. Okay, anytime you're using meta on Crane, that's like pretty desperate. It's never something that you want to do, more so something that you kind of just have to do. Okay, so he metas for what's it called, Darkfire, I think, and then pre-mats for the Crane, gets the +1, activates I think that's Upstart back there. It's kind of hard to see with the glare, but he activated Upstart. So Arven is at what? Arven has quite a bit of life right now, even though he used the what's it called, Solemn Judgment. How does he still have so much life? 6,400 and he's solemned? I'm not sure how he has that much life right there. He would have had 54. How did he get up to so much life? Maybe Alex used an Upstart early in the beginning. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. But holy, okay, so he hits Zaborg off Reasoning and clears Arven's whole field pretty good. Arven has the Tribe Infecting Virus, so he is gonna pop. Yeah, I don't know why he popped Darkfire there instead of Crane, because he could do more damage with this. I guess it's gonna be game either way. BLS onto Crane is 4,400 damage right there. So there's that. And that's game, so it doesn't really matter. He would have done 100 extra damage if he attacks the Darkfire instead, but yeah, Arven had the nutters right there. All right, going into game 2. I think this one was maybe the spicier one, but Alex starting off with the Pot of Greed. Oh my god, okay, this is where Alex and I did, well, not really where we differ, but he just has less experience with the deck. So he opened up an absolutely broken hand. I think he opened up like Pot of Greed, Scapegoat, Monster Gate, and Graceful Charity. Obviously rips the Pot of Greed, but he neglects to use the Graceful, which I get. Usually, like, you want to hold Graceful, for a turn to draw 1 more card to dig deeper and maybe have better discards. And you generally want to hold it unless you have reason to use it. But with the Reasoning Gate deck, he also had Dark Magician of Chaos in his hand, so he's thinking like if the opponent has Duo, then at least he can like pitch the Dark Magician of Chaos, and then hopefully he doesn't hit the Graceful, and there's like a 1 in 4 chance or 1 in 5 chance really. But Arvin does have the duo, and holy fuck, like he, watch this. He picks the card on the right at first, and then he switches it to the fucking left card, and it's Graceful Charity. And you guys can't hear it, but at this point, I'm in the background screaming because I'm like, holy fuck, that was so unfortunate. And it's okay, he still, you know, discards the DMOC. But the reason in this deck I like to rip the Graceful ASAP is because, especially since he used Pot of Greed, there's times where you can, you know, Graceful and draw into what you need to summon like a Chaos Monster and Dimension Fusion, and then like you just build this incredible board like of 4 monsters, and you get to recycle your Pot of Greed or Graceful again. So it's like, and even if he didn't do that, he could have drawn it into a Call of the Haunted or Premature, and then pitched the DMOC and then brought it back and add a Pot of Greed back. So in this deck, I just think it's really important to dig deep into the deck really fast, like as fast as possible, basically. So that was unfortunate. Anyway, I missed a couple things. He tries to Monster Gate, baits out a heavy, a Solemn Judgment. So basically, the Monster Gate was, you know, almost like an MST but burned for 4K. Reasoning hits the Fusilier and clears, what was it? I think it was Sinister Serpent. But yeah, it's pretty hard to not use Solemn Judgment when your opponent Monster Gates. And in some situations, if you time the Solemn right and hit the right either Reasoning or Monster Gate, you can just, you know, absolutely ruin the Reasoning Gate player's turn, especially if they tributed something that isn't a token. I think this matchup is all about understanding, or whenever you're playing Solemn, it's all about understanding which cards you need to Solemn. And I mean that goes for using Solemn in general, but especially against a Reasoning Gate deck. Okay, so he Snatch Steals after attacking. Interesting. I think he just wants to get the Fusilier off of Alex's field, but Snatch Stealing when the opponent has 3 tokens, I don't know about that. But he just wanted to keep his Breaker on the field, I suppose, and start clearing the tokens next turn. But that was definitely an interesting play. He obviously couldn't attack because Alex sided in and chained Threatening Roar. So now he's just clearing the tokens, and this is kind of funny. I think Alex has his own Snatch Steal, so he's gonna do a little snatchy action, and let's see if he does it. Okay, so he doesn't have yet. Okay, he sets 3 back row. That's fair. The opponent has the Snatch Steal as collateral. What does Arvin have here? He has the Magician of Faith. Damn, that's so good. Magician to Pot of Greed is maybe the best feeling in Go format, I think. The biggest dopamine rush. Yeah, that feels so good. Okay, so clears a token, tries to get in there for 28, and the Fusilier connects, so he does get in there for 28. Switches the Breaker to defense just to avoid Mirror Force, I suppose. And then if there is Mirror Force, it kills, you know, Alex's own Fusilier, so that's fine. Sets another card, man. Flipping Magician of Faith, getting Pot of Greed, and then setting another card feels so good. Okay, so Alex chilling with a 4 back row. I totally forget what he has there in the back row. No idea, but he's just biding his time. But Arvin's board is starting to look pretty crazy. And things are kind of getting out of hand here. So flips them off to defense and the Breaker to attack. And is going to try to get in there for 44. And Alex takes the 44. Damn, okay, so... Alright, Alex is kind of getting low here, but I can't really see the life that well. I think he still has enough. Does he still have enough? Oh, he doesn't even have enough for Dimension Fusion anymore, I think. Or does he? Sorry, he has 30-something? Okay, I think he does. Sorry, it's hard to see with this thing. My recording thing's kind of blocking the numbers, but I think he still has enough for Dimension Fusion. And especially because he's getting the life. Oh yeah, he's getting the life back from the Snatch Steal. So yeah, that was a questionable Snatch Steal. Arvin was basically just saying that he couldn't deal with a 2800 beater. So Fusilier putting in work, I guess. I Alex thinking about it, moving the spells and traps to the side. It's kind of telegraphing that he's either gonna set or play a spell or trap card. So he's thinking about it, and he does end up snatch stealing the Fusilier back. So they are both going to be getting life points now. And what does he do here? He attacks the face down, which I have no idea what that was. I can't really see it. I have no idea what that was. Maybe I missed it. Did Arven Tribute set a Thunder Dragon? I have no idea. I have no idea what that was. I think he might have Tribute set them off for Thunder Dragon. Maybe just because of hand size reasons, because he does have a lot of cards in his hand. But I can't really see what the card was. Either way, Alex cleared it, and Arven's starting to try to wall up right here. Alex is still getting life with the Snatch Steal, which is, you know, always a good thing for a Reasoning Gate player. And how does this... I'm trying to remember how this match ends. Like, you can see Alex prefers a super grindy game. He's got 4 back row. He hasn't been activating much. He's just clearing one thing at a time. Very interesting play style. Whenever I play him and I'm playing a deck that plays Scapegoat, I always have to be really careful to make sure that I have a way to either get rid of the Scapegoats or get rid of my Thousand Eyes, because he will gladly just let my 4 Scapegoat tokens stay on the field for as long as possible until basically like our entire boards and hands are full and we're in the state where like there's just so many things that could happen, and he really loves that game state, and I really hate that game state. I like the game state to be not super simplified like what Warriors is trying to do, but in a more like you know, medium variance game state. But he likes the states where like each person has like 10 cards and there's really anything that can happen, and you could flip Cyberjar and blow up the whole field and that kind of jazz. So you can see the differences in our play styles kind of coming out here. Okay, Arven flipping the Spy. He's gonna need a way to out this Fusilier, but he's probably looking at the 4 back row and like pretty hesitant to drop another monster like a Chaos Monster to out this Fusilier. I mean, yeah. Okay, Tributes for Zaborg. Okay, that's a pretty solid safe play. Tributes for Zaborg, so finally able to out this Fusilier pretty cleanly. He tributed a Spy, so that was basically free. And let's see what Alex is gonna do here. Does he have the Torrential? See, if he has Torrential right here, like, it's pretty tempting to use it, but Arven has a completely loaded grave with Lights and Darks and a pretty fat hand, so it's totally possible that Arven has a follow play with Chaos Monsters. Alex could also have Scapegoat as well. He's gotta have something in that 4 back row, right? Unless they're all bluffs. Okay, so he does TT. Okay, he thought about it. He ends up using TT. Oh, Arven. Okay, I thought he was passing his turn. I was like, damn, TT putting in work. Oh, main phase 2. Oh, okay, Arven already normal summoned the Zaborg, so that was a misplay. He tried to normal summon Wangu main phase 2, which could have been good. That was a little bit of a misplay. But, okay, so TT ending the turn. You can see how much work that one Fusilier did. It lasted so long and forced Arven to play into TT, so yeah, that Fusilier just did a ton of work. Which is like, you know, Fusilier is not really a fun card to hit off of Monster or Reasoning Gate, but at the end of the day, it's still 2800, still gets over Spy, and still forces the opponent to deal with it. So, okay, Alex on the left activating Brain Control, taking the Wangu. Something I've been doing against Chaos Turbo recently is siding in a second Brain Control. I've really been liking it, especially for Chaos Turbo players that are bringing in Kaiku and Wangu. You know, it can help you get rid of those. It can even go maybe 2 for 1, depending on how the situation plays out. It can steal your opponent's Chaos Monsters, like Alex did earlier. It could take your opponent's Spy and crash into each other. which is also pretty good. And yeah, sometimes you just need this brain control to out the floodgates that your opponent's putting in. Alex going hard right here. Some of the Jinzo, Chaos Sorcerer, Dimension Fusion, classic combo. He had more than enough life because of all of the Snatch Steal, and finally was able to close it out after being very patient. Arvind on the right with the classic T-set. Classic Chaos Turbo opening, or really Goat format opening. No Thunder Dragon, which is always good. Let's see what Alex does here. Okay, is he gonna pass this? Is he gonna pass with open board? Oh, he does pass with open board. Oh shit, okay. So he passes with open board. I think I was looking at his hand, and if I were playing it, I think he had a Call of the Haunted in his hand, which I probably would have just set. And the reasoning is that the reasoning is that if you top deck a reasoning next turn and you mill, they call like 8, or they call the number right, and you mill, you know, Demok or Crane, then you can, you know, reborn it with the Call of the Haunted or Jinzo or whatever. But that's why I like to set up the Call of the Haunted. He does have the reasoning. Okay, so he, like, maybe this isn't the game where he had the Call of the Haunted in his hand, but I could be mixing that up. But this is exactly it, right? Like, he could have the reasoning. Okay, so I think Arvind calls 4. Generally, I think calling 4 is the correct move against Reasoning Gate when you have no information, just because they're likely to be running multiple Cranes. Unless you really feel like you cannot deal with the Jinzo, but Arvind just has 1 back row. So Alex hits the Jinzo. Really feels good to do that off Reasoning Gate. What is he thinking about right here? Does he have more gas? He may have some more gas. Oh no, is he what is he cooking up right here? Oh, I think he's thinking about going for it. I think he's got the gas. Oh, he's doing the classic Yu-Gi-Oh thing. He's doing he's running the numbers. He's doing the calculations. He was you could see him typing them out on the bottom, little air calculator action. Okay, so he Monster Gates the Fusilier. Oh my god, hits Demok. Holy shit. He hits Demok. He has Reincarnation in his hand. He activates Trunade, pitches a light. Holy shit. Pitches a light for BLS. Mind controls, and that's gonna be game. Holy, okay. Classic Reasoning Gate. Things escalated very quickly. That was pretty nice. Hitting the Demok off of the Monster Gate. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. All right, thanks guys. Peace out.